like your foyer's gotta be on point. I think this is gonna look amazing. Good morning. Today I have the whole day and evening alone, so I'm going to use this time to tackle some projects that I have started. If you follow me on TikTok, you'll know that I'm redoing my foyer just because it's a spot that I've never been excited about, and it's the first spot you see when you walk into somebody's home. Like, your foyer's got to be on point. I'm also really scattered with my projects, and I figure if I just start in one spot of the house and slowly make my way around, I will eventually have a house that has finished rooms. Because I'm tired of my house feeling like a project. Anyway, let me show you what I'm working on, and yeah. So this was the view when you'd enter the foyer before we renovated the floors. The way this would overwhelm me, and after redoing the floors, it was better, but still chaotic. The bench was a shoe magnet, so I removed it and installed bifold doors. So much better, but still a bit boring. And so I decided to create a focal point, something beautiful. On the left is where we're at, and on the right is the goal. I'm talking huge mirror and wainscoting. Now, have I ever done wainscoting? No, but when has that ever stopped us? We are off to look at MDF. I think this is the one I want. It has a flat edge here, which can go right up against the MDF, and then just a little bit of detail. It's this one. This one would be too big. Please don't mind my ashy hands. Got all of the MDF. I ended up going with a 1/2 inch MDF. I have to try to be very careful because I don't have any extras of anything. Just gonna score it. Oh, I broke it. What? Okay, we'll have to glue it back. Yeah. So I was able to get all of the baseboards and the shoe molding off in this area. I have cut all the pieces that I need for the wainscoting. And I'm a little nervous about the proportions that I've chosen because it's so final, but I think I'm just gonna go with my gut, trust my gut. But before we can do that, we actually have to prime all the MDF because MDF is very porous. So I'm gonna go in with a shellac primer by Bins, seal everything up, and then we can get to the fun stuff of installing it onto this wall. I'm so excited, I'm so nervous, but I have full confidence that it's gonna turn out. I know I just said I have full confidence, but I'm gonna line everything up one last time, just make sure that I'm happy with it. So I've got this baseboard, then I've got my top piece, top rail, I think it's called. Let's say this is up on the wall and I want to extend the wainscoting to the wall that is perpendicular to this. We would have to put another MDF like this. And so by making the outer style a little bit larger by 1/2 inch, it will look consistent throughout. I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but so this piece and that piece, the outer styles are a little bit larger. But it's really not that noticeable. Whereas these pieces are smaller. Oh, this is probably a better way to show you. Okay, you see that? This is a 1/2 inch larger so that when I go to put another MDF in the corner, these two pieces look like they're the same size. Okay, so it'll look something like this. I went with 3 boxes because everything's just better in odd numbers. Don't ask me why. Some people leave it like this. I don't like that. I just don't. So, of course, I have to make things a little bit more complicated. But I just picked up these panel molds and cut them to size. I got them from Home Depot. And the thicker side is 1/2 inch. So I put the 1/2 inch side against the 1/2 inch MDF just to provide a nice transition to the wall. So I have this set to 2 smaller boxes, one on each side. I think this is gonna look amazing. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I forgot. Okay, so I decided last minute that I wanted to have a couple of additional details. I'm gonna add something like this, and then I did get more of this panel molding, and I want to put a little detail along the top. I'm gonna prime all of this, cut this piece that needs to be redone, and then we are going to screw these pieces in. I've already put pocket holes. We're gonna screw them into each other and get it on the wall. I'm starving. I just realized I haven't had breakfast. So I'm eating my kids' granola bar. Okay, I'm changing because this type of paint does not come off clothes. Eat my granola bar, and then we can start. Just gonna get some tack cloth to make sure that there's no dust. Okay, heck, look at that. So I ran out of screws, and I actually used the wrong screw at one point, and I think it split the MDF. So I'm running around my house looking for screws that might work, that won't split everything. Don't mind my garage. It's not cute yet. I think I found a couple, but I'm hoping you can't tell that I warped the MDF when I flip this thing over. I think that you can tell that the MDF split in some of these areas. And I'm like nervous about that. It's a moment of truth. We need to move this upwards, and I know it's not perfect. I can already tell. I'm just hoping I don't snap it, because this is a 2-person job. Yeah, I can see some buckling where I used the wrong screws. I did find a few mistakes, but I think I should be able to rectify it. So over here, there's like a little bit of bubbling, and it's not completely flush, so I'm gonna try and fill that in probably with either wood filler or spackle. If you're using MDF smaller than 3/4, I probably wouldn't use the screws. I'm wondering if I should just do that right now, like take out the nails that I used so that this doesn't bulge as much. I've used this brad nailer once. How hard could it be, right? I hate using brad nails on MDF because they're so hard to cover. But I think this was my best option. Most people stop here, but I'm gonna add panel molding just to give it a little pizzazz. So I've already cut these to size. I need to figure out what the best way to apply them is though. I'm applying the baseboards that I had removed earlier. Some of them need to be cut, but others are just in really bad condition. Can you see that? This piece actually goes this way. I'm gonna use my wood glue sander, filler, spackle, just everything I have, and try and make these new so that when it comes time to paint everything, we can make it look like we never took them off. I just got some wood glue. This is the one I use. And I'm gluing this part back onto the baseboard, which is fine. This is gonna be covered anyway, but I figured just for the integrity of it, I'm gonna put a little bit more of this and then I'm gonna go around with it with some tape. And while that dries, I'm gonna fill in some of the holes with wood filler. So I just finished caulking, sanding, priming, and it's looking pretty good. I still need to add the cap to the top of the wainscoting, and then I have to order a mirror for this top section. I want to fill this whole thing. I just need to decide whether I want trim around the mirror or if I just want it to go wall to wall. Yeah, I think it's gonna look really, really good. But as always, let me know what you think. So I added this piece of MDF to add a little bit more dimension for my cap. And so it'll look something like this. See that detail? Sorry if the lighting's bad. Here's a quick recap of where we started. And this is what the foyer looks like now. We still need to finalize the mirror, add a rug, and a drop zone for keys, but I'm so happy with how it's coming along. As always, let me know what you think and subscribe to keep up with the progress. And make sure your notifications are on. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.